Hello students, this video is for class 9 motion part 2. In part 1 we have already discussed about the motion when a body is said to be in motion and when a body is not said to be in motion, means in rest. Now in this part we will describe motion of a particle. Before this I just want to recall types of motion. There are some types of motion like rectilinear motion, rotatory motion, rolling motion. Many kind of motion has been discussed in your previous class. So let's say, just to understand the motion of a particle, let's take a simplest motion, that is rectilinear motion, means motion along straight line. Motion along straight line is called a rectilinear motion. So just to describe motion of a particle, let's say take a point which will be reference point O, and the particle is going to start its journey from O to A. Let's suppose this is A position, okay, and there are some other positions like B and C are there on the same route, and the distance between them is 3 km, and this is also 3 km, and this is also 3 km. Now let's suppose the particle is going to execute rectilinear motion and it starts its journey and reaches to A. Now what is the distance covered by the particle just to reach A from O? You will say 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9 km. Okay, 9 km has been covered by the particle. So distance between the initial and the final position. This is what initial position. I just want to clarify this. The point from which the motion is being start is called initial position, and the point where the particle is being stopped, you can say that is the final position. So this is what final position and this is initial position. So what is the distance between the initial and final position? That is 9 km. Now again the same particle is going to resume its journey from A to B. A to B. Now what will you say? Total distance covered by the particle? You will say this was 9 and 3 again. 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3, that is 12 km. Okay. In the first case, the total distance covered by the particle was 9 km and the distance between initial and the final position was 9 km, means both were same. But here in this case, now see, distance covered by the particle from O to B is 12 km. But if you just think about it and if you calculate total distance between the initial and the final position, you will find 3 plus 3, 6 km, which is different from 12 km. In the first scenario, it was same. Total distance covered by the particle and the distance between the initial and the final position was 9 km. But here in this case, distance covered by the particle and the distance between initial and final position is different. It is 12 km and the distance between initial and final is 6 km only. Just to more explanation, let's take one more example. Let's suppose the particle resume its journey from B to C. Now again if I ask what is the total distance covered by the particle, now 3 again will be added, means total distance will be 12 plus 3 means 15 km. Now just check what is the total distance between the initial and the final position. This time you will say only 3 km. Now you can see total distance covered by the particle and the distance between initial and final position is coming different. So what is the concept now? This is the concept of distance and displacement. That only I want to teach you today. Displacement. These two words are different from each other. So this 15 km or 12 km is distance between the initial and final position. and this 6 kilometer and 3 kilometer are displacement between initial and final position. Clear? So for distance we calculate total distance covered by the particle, and for the displacement we just see minimum distance between the initial and final position. Just to understand it, let's take one more example. Let us suppose this is village A and this is village B, and to reach there are different route, different way. One route is passing through a village C, and there is another route to go there. That route is passing through a way D, and there is a simple route which will take very short time to reach there, or you can say least time, that is straight. Now let us suppose A to B is 2 kilometer and D to B is 3 kilometer, and this is what 4 kilometer, and this is 2 kilometer, and this is 5 kilometer. Okay, sorry, 3 kilometer. Now we have different routes, different 3 routes. Which one will be better for us? This one definitely. But let's suppose somebody has work in village C and B also, then he will go through this C and B. Okay, so let us suppose when the person is going straight, total distance will be covered by the person will be 3 kilometer from the first way, and the second way will take 4 plus 2 6 kilometer, and the third way will be 2 plus 3 5 kilometer. Okay, so there are different route and they are taking different distances. So distance covered by this is 4 plus 2 6 kilometer, and distance covered by this person is 3 kilometer, and distance covered by this is 5 kilometer. I just want to tell you that however the distances covered by the person are different 3 6 5, but the displacement covered by these different people will be only 3 kilometer, because as I told you, displacement only see the distance between the initial and final position. So however the person has gone through this way, displacement will be calculated only this. Okay, so whatever be the route, whatever be the path, the displacement will be calculated the short one, this one only. So displacement covered by these 3 person will be only 3 kilometer. Now just to summarize, I'm telling you definition of distance. Distance can be considered as total distance covered by the person, and the displacement can be defined as minimum distance between the initial and final position. And the homework for today, you can also imagine different pictures like this, and you can learn about the definition. You can write and learn definition of distance and displacement. Thank you. Have a nice day.